In this video, I'm going to show another little redstone machine I made. This one's called the Auto-Shop 1. So let's head to my test world, which is an absolute mess and I have to use Steve skin, to go and see the Auto-Shop 1. Here's the machine, and what it does is it's basically an automatic redstone shop. There are buttons here and the types of food above them, and if I just press the buttons, nothing happens because the machine is turned off. To turn it on, I have to feed the machine a diamond, and it only works with diamonds. I can't put in anything like dirt, it doesn't like dirt. I have to give it a shiny dimey diamond, it really likes them. Now the machine turns on, and I can get food from it by pressing the button, and the food pops out. But now the machine turns off again, which means I have to put in another diamond to get more food from it. Here's what the redstone looks like, and here's also how you could make it and how it works. First, I'm going to show you the part that only dispenses items if the machine is turned on. Here's what that bit looks like, and if I press the buttons, it dispenses the items. How that works is that the button turns on a redstone repeater, which turns off a redstone torch, which turns on another redstone torch, which activates the dropper. But if I turn on this lever, which turns on this yellow redstone line, the buttons don't do anything. What's happening now is the repeater turns off the redstone torch, but the next redstone torch stays off because it's still powered by this repeater, which is powered by the yellow redstone line that I just turned on. Also, when you press the buttons, it activates this orange redstone line that I'll get to later. So we've now got something that only dispenses items if the yellow redstone line is turned off. Pause here if you want to copy it. Now I'm going to show you how the machine knows the difference between diamonds and dirt. Here's the redstone that's behind where you put the diamonds in. There's two hoppers pointing sideways and another hopper underneath one of them that goes into a chest. The bottom hopper is powered by this redstone torch, so it doesn't take any items from the top left hopper. Inside the top left hopper there are 22 diamonds, which take up all the spaces, so something not diamond like dirt won't fit in it. Left of the top left hopper there's a comparator. A comparator is a thing that can detect how many blocks are in something, like a hopper, and then it releases a redstone signal. The more items in the hopper, the further the redstone power will reach. And the comparator is detecting the 22 diamonds in the top left hopper, and it releases a redstone power of 1, which only reaches to this block here. But if another diamond gets put into the hopper, it will have 23 diamonds in it, which the comparator will detect, and then make the redstone power reach 1 block further, powering this green redstone line that I'll get to later. And also powering this redstone torch, making it turn off, which means this hopper is now unpowered and it tries to suck items from the top hopper. After just 1 diamond though, the top hopper now has 22 items again, so the comparator will detect it and make the redstone power only reach 1 block again, unpowering the green redstone line and repowering the redstone torch, which then powers the bottom hopper, stopping it sucking any more items from the top hopper, which is now back to having 22 items in it again, like how it started. So what has just happened is it's only let diamonds in and then power the green redstone line when it detects you've put one in, and then it resets itself to how it started. Pause here if you want to copy this bit. Now let's see how it then turns the machine on and also off again when you've bought something. I'll start with that green redstone line from before, which has an observer above it, which connects to this redstone, which then goes to this bit, where there's 2 droppers, one facing sideways and the one under it facing up. There's also a hopper pointing into the bottom dropper, with another comparator on top. The comparator faces out of the top hopper, which has 1 item inside, which the comparator then detects and powers this yellow redstone line from before. If you don't remember, if the yellow redstone line is on, then the machine is off, so currently the machine is turned off and won't let you get anything. But when the green redstone line turns on, because someone put a shiny dimey diamond in it, the observer will detect it and power this redstone, turning on the top dropper, which then drops out its item into this hopper, which puts the item in the bottom dropper, which means the top hopper now has no items in it. So the comparator turns off and the yellow redstone line turns off, which means the machine turns on. And if you remember, when you buy something, it activates the orange redstone line, which when activated turns on the bottom dropper, which spits its item into the top dropper, which will now have an item in it. So the comparator will detect it and turn on, powering the yellow redstone line, which means the machine turns off again and is now all back to how it started. So what just happened is the machine won't let you take stuff from it unless you give it a yummy diamond, which turns on the machine, and when you buy something, it knows that and turns the machine off, so you have to pay more for yummy diamonds to get more. If you want to copy it, pause here. I think something like this would be pretty useful on a survival server, where it would probably make you rich if there was enough players to use it. And it's the end now, so bye 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 bye.